Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel for another movie reaction. My name is Kale if you're new here, and it's been a few years since I watched and reacted to Alien and Aliens, and today I'm finally watching Alien 3, specifically the assembly cut, because apparently this extra 30 minutes is so good that most people think the theatrical version is literal garbage. So yeah, we're watching the generally accepted better version today. I am very excited that you're here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I probably should have rewatched my own reactions to the first two movies. It's not because I don't remember the movies, it's because I don't remember how I reacted when I watched them for the first time. But that's okay. If you want to jog your own memory, or if you've never seen them before, I do have a playlist. Click up here to go and check out the first two movie reactions. The reason we're watching Alien 3 today is because Vincent, who is a Patreon member of mine, he submitted this through my reactor page, which is where I accept paid reaction requests. And normally I sit here and read the notes that the requester has to say when they've requested me to react to a movie, but Vincent sent me a pretty long email, so I will give you guys the condensed version of why Vincent is making me watch Alien 3. He told me that when he was a kid, he actually got into the movies because he had Xenomorph toys first and he wanted to learn more about them, so then he watched the movies. And when Alien 3 released, he said that it was his favorite movie of all time for quite some time, but get this, he's never actually watched the assembly cut before. He's read articles about the differences between the cuts, he's seen a couple YouTube videos showing like a handful of the additions to the assembly cut, but he's never actually done it start to finish. So he figured if I get KL to react to Alien 3, then I've got to watch along and I will sit down and watch the assembly cut. So that's why we're checking it out. Vincent, thank you so much for the request. I really appreciate it. It's funny because Alien 3, I actually put in a movie poll on Patreon not that long ago. It was a 3rd and 4th edition movie poll where I took the 3rd and 4th movies of series that I've started and I put them all together. So we had the 4th Die Hard, the 4th Matrix movie, we had Terminator 3 and Alien 3, and Live Free or Die Hard was the winner of that poll, and I reacted to it fairly shortly after. But in the time since then, I've also watched Terminator 3. Today is Alien 3, so now all I have left is the 4th Matrix movie, and then that will be the first poll, I think, ever where I have watched all the movies in said poll, which is pretty cool. So, what else do I have to say? Oh yeah, the typical blah, 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 plugs, Patreon, yep, full-length watch-alongs to all of the Alien movies. I do have a collection for that. If you're interested in watching them all, you can either grab the collection directly, you can grab just Alien 3 directly, or you can sign up to the membership, which unlocks everything. It's up to you. I appreciate your support if you do choose to do that. And the last thing before we get into the movie, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Turn on that notification bell. The homepage on YouTube is getting so much worse. Long-form creator videos are apparently just not all that prioritized anymore in favor of like shorts and games on the homepage. So if you don't want to miss out on my future videos, that is the best way to do so. And with that, okay, let's press play. Oh, so we're like, we're literally picking Charles Dance. Oh my gosh, sick. So we're literally picking up right off of the last movie then. They're not even back home yet.
Stasis interrupted. Fire in cryogenic compartment.
You think the announcement would be a lot faster for something like this? You are in severe danger. These credits are fun. We're like just getting 1-second glimpses. Fury. Double Y chromosome work, correctional facility, maximum security. So they're all in that. Younger Charles Dance kind of looks like Jude Law from a distance. Like I actually had to do a double take and was just like, I didn't see Jude Law's name in the credits. Oh gosh. The environment here, the overall feeling of where we are is very, I don't know what the word to describe it is, but they're doing a good job kind of establishing this.
Any EVs come down. Get down to the beach. There may be others.
There are others. Is that water and it's just extremely dirty, or... Wait, one survivor? Oh, I guess, yeah, Michael Biehn's name wasn't in the opening credits. So we don't get Newton Hicks? Oh. Oh gosh. Oh. Yeah, 3, maybe 4. Wasn't Bishop with them too?
Give us strength, O Lord, to endure.
Like religiously all-male prison.
A 337 model EEV crash landed here at 0600. There was one survivor. The survivor is a woman.
We've all taken the vow!
We view the presence of any outsider, especially a woman, as a violation of the harmony.
I have requested a rescue team. Hopefully they will be here inside of a week and evacuate her.
This doesn't really feel like a maximum security place.
It's in everybody's interest the woman doesn't come out of the infirmary until the rescue team arrives.
This is a very strange place.
It's just a little cocktail of my own mix. Sort of eye.
Do you want to be more specific?
I'm the chief medical officer here.
Here.
Fury 161. It's one of Weyland-Yutane's backwater work prison.
He is so fine.
You really ought to shave your head. I have a big problem with lice here. And when you're feeling better, I'll give you some clippers and you can attend to your private parts
How'd I
yourself.
get here?
Crash landed in an EEV.
Where are the others?
They didn't make it.
I have to get to the ship.
You're in no condition for that.
You want to get me some clothes, or should I just go like this?
None of them have seen a woman in years.
Oh gosh, I'm so
Neither have I, for that matter.
nervous for her. I mean, I get it. If you haven't seen a member of the opposite sex for that long, you would look, of course.
She drowned in her cryotube.
Oh gosh. What a brutal way to start the story. Yeah.
What's the matter?
Where is she?
In the morgue.
I have to see her. I have to see what's left of her.
Is there any particular reason that you're so insistent?
I have to be sure how she died.
It is perfectly clear that she drowned. Was she your daughter?
No.
It's a big morgue, damn.
Could I have a moment alone, please?
Yes, of course.
What's she doing?
She's examining and she doesn't want to panic, y'all.
We have to do an autopsy.
What? You're disorientated. Half your system's
I
still in
have a very,
cryosleep.
very good reason.
Well, perhaps you'd like to share that reason.
Ooh.
Possible contagion.
What kind?
Cholera.
Cholera? There hasn't been a case of cholera reported for 200 years.
Please.
She really wants to make sure that there's not a side of her.
Everything's in place. No indication of disease.
Chest. Open chest.
That would be so hard to watch.
Lungs. Flooded with fluid. Ergo, she drowned. Now, since I'm not a complete idiot, would you like to tell me what we're really looking for?
Mr. Clemens!
Superintendent.
What about Hicks' body? Did it hitch a ride with Hicks' body?
I am performing an autopsy.
Without my authority.
Well, there didn't seem to be time, but it's turned out all right. There's no sign of contagion in the body.
Good. But it might be helpful if Lieutenant Ripley didn't parade around in front of the prisoners, as I am told she did in the last hour.
We have to cremate the bodies.
Nonsense. We'll keep the bodies on ice till the rescue team arrives.
The lieutenant feels that there is still the possibility of a communicable infection. An outbreak of cholera would look extremely bad on a report.
We've 25 prisoners in this facility.
They used to have 5,000 and they're only down to 25 now.
Just because they've taken on religion doesn't make them any less dangerous.
True that.
I don't want to upset the order. I don't want ripples in the water. And I don't want a woman walking around giving them ideas.
For my own personal safety.
Exactly.
Clemens seems like someone we can trust, I hope, and be kind of friends with.
Any dead oxes are good oxes. Bloody right! Smelly bastards all covered in light!
Oh no.
I've never had any problem with the ladies. Good day, my dear. How's it going? Anything I can do to be of service? And then she'd say, kiss my ass, you horny old fucker.
I'd be happy to kiss her ass.
What was that, hanging?
She's a queen like a whore, and a whore like a queen. Can't go wrong.
What do you think killed, babe? Beats me.
Well,
Chop it up later and throw it in a stew.
that's probably not a good idea.
That's it.
They have been released from all darkness and pain.
Yeah, it's inside this thing.
Why are the innocent punished?
So much blood.
For within each seed there is a promise of a flower. And within each death, no matter how small, there's always a new life.
The speech while this fucker. This is not good. And Ripley is about to hate that she has to fight this thing again.
Thanks for what you said at the funeral.
Yeah, well, you don't want to know me, lady.
Okay.
I'm a murderer and rapist of women.
I guess I must make you nervous.
Do you have any faith, sister?
How much?
Well, we've got a lot of faith here.
I don't really know if I buy that even though.
You see, we've got a good place to wait here, and until now, no temptation.
What are you waiting for?
Or we're waiting for God to return.
Dylan and the rest of the alternative people.
Alternative people?
Dylan and the rest of the converts wanted to stay. They were allowed to remain as custodians with two minders and a medical officer. Here we are.
Oh, I get the feeling he does not want to be here.
How do you like your new haircut?
Didn't answer that. I like it. I feel like Sigourney can pull off any hair.
Now that I've gone out on a limb for you with Andrews and briefed you on the humdrum history of Fury 160,
He's like, time for you to tell me about you.
can you not tell me what you were looking for in the girl?
Attracted.
Very direct.
No kidding.
I've been out here a long time.
So, right.
Are we about to say rest in peace to this man? I forgot how fast these things grow.
What are you doing there? What are you doing?
That's not... That was fast.
I really appreciate your affections, but I am aware that they deflected my question. In the nicest possible way, of course. I just want to know why we had to cremate the bodies. I think you owe me an answer. Being in my bed's got nothing to do with it.
I had a terrible dream in hypersleep, and I had to be sure what killed her. Anyway, I made a mistake. And now I've made another mistake.
Really? What's that?
Fraternizing with a prisoner. It's against the rules, isn't it?
Definitely.
I like him. Honestly, I cannot say that I would do anything differently if I wasn't Ripley in this situation.
Superintendent Andrews would like you to report to vent shaft 22 on the second quadrant. We've had an accident.
Something serious?
I actually kind of want her to, like, sleep with him every night so that the other men won't try anything.
I take it he was pulled into the fan.
Sudden rush of air, I'd imagine. Except...
Right. Almost happened to me once.
Except
Stay away from the fans.
that. Did he see that same thing on Newt's pod thing?
One of the prisoners has been killed. Poor soul backed into a 9-foot fan. I found something at the accident site, a bit away from where it happened. A burn, rather like the one you found on the girl's cryotube.
Right, he was there.
Look, I'm on your side.
Yeah, we need to tell him.
I want to help, but I need to know what's going on.
Hopefully he believes her.
Well, what about Bishop?
Bishop?
The droid that crashed with me.
I can point you in the right direction. I can't join you. I have a previous engagement.
Listen to me, you piece of shit. You screw with me one more time, I'll cut you in half. They want this woman looked after. They consider her to be very high priority. Why did you let her out of the infirmary?
I'm a doctor. You're the jailer.
We both know exactly what you are.
Oh, no.
How would you like me to explain your sordid history to your newfound friend? Now sit the hell down.
Okay, clearly he's done some really terrible shit.
She told me she was part of a combat unit that came to grief. Beyond that, I assume it's all classified. I haven't pressed her for more.
He's been pressing her. And now I have to worry about why.
Get out of here.
Ugh, I want to trust him, but now I don't know if I can. I don't trust anybody else here, though. That's why I want to trust him. Because we need someone we can trust. I don't want Ripley to be alone and not have someone to, like, reliably talk to and stuff. But anyway, I'm glad that she's, so far, has kept it to herself. Even though I did just want her to tell him, like, 2 scenes ago. All right, well, since Lance was in the opening credits, we're definitely getting Bishop back in some way. Thank you.
I gotta re-educate some of the brothers. We've gotta discuss some matters of the spirit.
Where are we now? How big is this place?
Can't you throw a little quieter? I'm trying to figure out how big this compartment is.
What the shit is doing that?
Swear right.
What's going on with the candles?
All right, so you can't say goddamn, but shit's fine. Ooh, gross. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Well, 2 more gone. 22 plus Ripley left. I kind of hope that Ripley is not, once again, the only survivor. For once, I would like her to make it out of this with someone.
Ripley, my legs hurt. How are you? Oh, I like your new haircut.
That looked crazy. I couldn't tell if that was actually Lance or if that whole thing was just robotic.
Why were our cryo tubes ejected?
Stasis interrupted. Fire in
What happened?
cryogenic.
What started the fire, Bishop?
The fire was electrical.
Was there an alien on board?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was with us all the way.
Not the news she wanted to hear, but the news she needed to hear.
Does the company know?
The company knows everything that happened on the ship. I heard. Do me a favor. Disconnect me. Do it for me, Ripley.
It wasn't me! I didn't do it!
If this thing was anyone's fault, he should have been chained up.
Cool it, sir.
Oh, bless, you're not going to get anything out of him.
Is Ripley going to be able to talk to him?
He's crazy, he's a fool, but he's not a liar.
He's telling the truth. I'd like to talk to him about this dragon.
It's a dragon. You're not talking to anyone, Lieutenant.
Clemens right away is like, oh, but she is.
It's an 8-foot creature of some kind with acid for blood, and it arrived on your spaceship. You expect me to accept all this on your word?
No, I don't expect anything.
Quite a story, Mr. Aaron.
Right, sir. It's a beauty.
Oh, you'll see soon enough with your own eyeballs.
Well, what kind of weapons have you got?
This is a prison. It's not a good idea to allow prisoners access to firearms.
This is a maximum security prison, and you have no weapons of any kind?
We have some carving knives.
Oh gosh. We have to melee this bitch.
And we're fucked.
No, you're fucked. Confined to the infirmary. Mr. Aaron will escort you. I think you'll be safe from any large, nasty beasts while you're there, right? Yes. That's a good girl.
Oh, shut up.
Isn't there any way off of this place? Some way to escape?
No. Supply ship comes every 6 months.
Oh, wow.
They are sending somebody to pick you up quite soon.
What soon?
I don't know. Nobody's ever been in a hurry to get here before. How are you feeling?
Not so hot.
Perhaps I should give you one of my special cocktails.
There's no such thing as a perfect human. In an insane world, a sane man must appear insane.
That's very profound, Golic.
You should get married, have kids. Pretty girl. I used to know lots of them. Back home, they used to like me for a while. You're gonna die too.
Golic is interesting.
How about leveling with me?
Could you be more specific?
Well, when I asked how you got assigned here, you avoided the question.
He's a prisoner here, like everyone else.
After my student years, despite the fact that I had become secretly addicted to morphine, I was considered to be most promising. A man with a future. And during my first residency, I did a 36-hour stretch on an ER. So I went out and I got more than a little drunk. Then I got called back. And 11 of them died, not as a result of the accident, but because I prescribed the wrong dosage of painkiller.
Oof.
At least I got off the morphine. I think I was let off lightly.
Did you serve your time here?
So when they stayed, I stayed. Nobody else would employ me.
Do you actually get paid to work here, though? No! Why did we have to kill him first? I mean, technically not first, but...
Magnificent.
No, it's not. Okay, left Ripley alone?
We recognize that we are poor sinners in the hands of an angry God. Let the circle be unbroken until the day.
Also, fuck, I hate that. I hate that we don't have Clemens anymore. There's so much movie left.
Prisoner Golic reappeared in a deranged state. We need to organize and send out a search party. Volunteer.
We also just lost our medic, I just realized.
You got
Dr. Clemens.
Stop this raving at once!
I'm
Stop
telling you! It's here!
Here and get that foolish woman back to the infirmary!
Fuck!
Yeah. Okay, so.
We give you thanks, O Lord. The wrath is come and the time is near for us to be judged. The apocalypse is upon us.
Fast. I was there. I saw it.
It's Peter, fuck, what's his name? Like Postlethwaite or something?
He was a good man. I know you guys didn't appreciate him.
Aaron, we don't want to hear that shit.
We have no weapons, is that correct?
Right.
I haven't seen one exactly like this before. Moves differently. Can we seal off this area?
No chance.
No climate control, no video system, no surveillance, no rubbers, no women, no guns. All we got here is shit. Oh, what the hell are we even talking to her for? She's the one that brought the fucker.
Not intentionally. He looks familiar to me.
What are we going to do?
I truly have no ideas in my mind. I'm used to weapons with these things.
Flush it out.
Hey, look, there's miles and miles of tunnel through there.
He literally said 600.
Do we have the capacity to make fire? Most humans have enjoyed that privilege.
No need to be sarcastic.
No, that was the perfect time to be sarcastic.
You're saying we get something in there, there's no way it can get out.
That's right. No fucking way.
Oh, please be serious.
All right, this is where I keep it. I forget what this stuff's called.
Quinitracetylene.
I knew that.
You just said you forgot what it was called.
You want to burn it down and out of the pipes. Force it here, slam the door, and trap its ass?
Do you have a better idea?
You got something better to do?
Why should we put our ass on the line for you?
Do you want to die?
What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. If she's gone, you guys are still left to deal with this, so.
You miss Doc, right?
Yes, thank you for asking. I miss him a lot already.
Thought you two got real close.
I guess you've been looking through some keyholes.
That's what I thought.
Ripley.
You okay?
Yeah.
What did he give her? We never actually knew. He just said special mix of cocktails.
I'm fine.
She's not fine. She's not fine. What did he give her? It was clever and it moved. Out of... Never mind. He just didn't look up high enough, I guess. I think we just gotta go. After this, how many of us are gonna be left? Just like Dylan, 85, David, and Ripley. Thanks for your sacrifice. I don't remember who that was. Well, I don't think that this alien is staying in here. Like, I know they said once something's in here, it can't get out, but we have like an hour left still. So, one minor gripe I have with it so far is that it aside from like a handful of scenes, the alien looks like it's been digital.
What if they don't want to kill it?
Take it back. They're not lunatics, you know. Gotta kill it.
Not necessarily.
I'm gonna sit here and guard your ass like I'm supposed to. I don't need any fucking trouble with Dylan.
I didn't just tell him about the dragon, what it did to bugs and rings. I didn't lie, you saw it.
Literally everyone has seen this thing now.
This gets in here, I'm dead, I can't run.
It's not gonna get in here, we got it trapped.
So you think?
So where they got it?
In the waste tank.
Is the blood?
Gotta see it again.
Or is he just... No, he's just... Okay.
No more cigarettes for you.
I guess maybe it was a smart idea to keep him tied up.
Now what do we say?
Tell them we trapped it.
Oh, what if Golok lets it out? Does he have the ability to do that?
Hey, wait a minute. We can't kill it. We don't have any weapons, right? See? That's all they ever tell us. They're just like shit.
Isn't that just an automatic response? Or is this instant communication? Permission denied. Yep. 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 Told you.
Hurry.
Earlier in the movie, I felt bad that Golok was bullied and treated the way he was, and now I'm understanding a little bit why. Good shot. Goodbye, Golok. Well, that explains why there's still so much runtime left. Didn't think any of these men would do that.
We got a teeny weeny problem.
Teeny weeny, huh? Ripley's like, you bitches.
Miserable, crazy son of a bitch, let it loose! Got what he fucking deserved. Well, now what are we gonna do?
What did he give her?
I have to get to the EV.
Why, what's that?
I just have to use the neuroscanner.
Display biofunctions?
What is it?
I think you've got one inside of you.
What does it look like?
So that's why when it got so close to her.
Until the rescue team gets here, we're fucked. So you better get prepared.
Let's make it to the furnace.
Well, all right.
The music in this movie is very chaotic. Chaotic sounding.
This organism gets off the planet, it'll kill everything.
Look, I'm sorry you've got this thing inside you, but I'm getting rescued.
And I need that fucking code.
I'm sorry, babe. It's classified.
It won't kill me. I'm carrying the new queen. It won't kill its future.
You really want to bet this thing's that smart?
I mean, it was already kissing her cheek, basically.
You gonna go and look for it?
Yeah.
I want to know, like, how did that even happen? Within 2 hours. Yeah, they really care about it. A lot. They're not going to give a shit about the rest of you at all.
Where are you when I need you?
It's always the case, isn't it?
I'm part of the family.
It's so weird. I love that it could blend in so easily to all this stuff. Like, I keep thinking it is. Yes. Yeah.
You've been in my life so long, I can't remember anything else. Now do something for me. Just do what you do.
Oh.
kill me.
What are you doing out here? You're supposed to be laying low.
I have one inside of me. It knows I'm carrying its future. Can make thousands more like the one we've got here.
Still sounds like bullshit to me. How'd it get there?
That is the question of the day. Unless that's what we saw in the opening credits, like the 1 second shots.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Dead anyway. I can't survive it. Are you up to it?
You don't have to worry about that.
Let's ask a murderer. Hey, are you up for killing me? Someone? Me? You don't have to worry about that. Mm-hmm.
No prayers.
Although maybe for murderers that takes the fun out of it when someone asks you to do it.
I don't like losing a fight. Not to nobody, not to nothing. As long as it's alive, sister, you're not gonna save any universe.
I want to get this thing, and I need you to do it. And if it won't kill you, then maybe that helps us fight it.
But what if it kills all of you? And then she's the only one... Ugh.
We waste this thing, then you take care of me.
No problem. Quick, easy, and painless.
What if this alien will just protect Ripley, you know? Like, it might think all... It probably thinks they're all a threat.
The rescue team's on its way. We could just sit this out. For us.
No.
They just want the beast. You know that.
I don't give a damn what they want. Come on, they're gonna take us home.
No.
And all the rest of you pussies can sit it out too. Me and her'll do all the fighting.
Why don't you go on some fucking suicide run? Right!
Because they won't kill it.
That is crazy.
We know.
They will not kill us.
They will.
When they first heard about this thing, it was crew expendable. The next time they sent in Marines, they were expendable too. What makes you think they're gonna care about a bunch of lifers who found God at the ass end of space?
You're literally on the bottom of the totem pole compared to the people in the last two movies.
Have you got some sort of plan? This is a lead works, isn't it? All we gotta do is lure the fucking beast into the mold, drown it in hot lead.
All right. So how do we do that?
Yeah. What are we gonna use for bait?
Oh, fuck! We're all gonna die. The only question is when to take your first steps to heaven. The only question is how you check out. Do you want it on your feet or on your fucking knees? I ain't much for begging.
He's got such a great voice. I still don't think 85 is fully on board with this. I still think that he believes that they'll look at him and be like, oh, company man. Yeah, come with us.
Hey guys! My door ain't working. I think we better rethink this.
Come on! Come get me, you fucker!
Oh gosh.
This thing is really pissed off!
I think I've found Vincent!
Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo! Oh, I don't like the sideways. There we go. Didn't like the sideways.
Open the east wing! Door B7 safe! Yeah! Okay, over to E, everybody! Where the fuck is he? This way!
Feels like such a maze down here.
Where the hell are they going? What about the plan?
Look, you're immune, they're not!
So what are we doing?
We're just running around, I think. Oh gosh. All right, they are basically here now.
You bastard! It's coming! It's coming down! Jesus, coming! Shut the fucking door!
Upside down now. Get away from the Window.
Where the hell is it?
Oh dear. Goodbye, David. Oh. Right through the head. And then through the window. You... He dropped his axe. You...
Come on.
Leave him, he's dead.
What about the other guy? Gosh. That was really that was really bloody.
Jesus Christ! Thank God you're here!
They don't care about you.
Where is Lieutenant Ripley? Is she still alive?
If she's alive, she's in the furnace.
No.
I thought you were the fucking pig! You fuck!
Jeez. Glad you're laughing in your last moments.
Come on, you bastard! Come on!
Ripley, we're running out of time!
We really are.
Come on! Get out of
Yep. Yeah, see? If she's... Yeah, it's her being in danger that...
Come on, motherfucker! Come on! Come on, motherfucker! Come on! Come on! Shut that door! I'm going for the lead!
They look so much different than I expected. Like with their outfits and stuff and just kind of their overall vibe.
I want to die!
We got a deal! Remember? It dies first, then you! I've gotta hold it here!
What about me?
God will take care of you now, sister!
No!
Oh, Ripley.
Fuck you!
I'm surprised he can still yell.
For it!
It would be so gross in this room. Oh my God. Are you serious? It's just Morris and Ripley left? I think so. I did not think Morris of all these men would be the last one with her. There is such a wide variety of music in this movie. Like, we have like rock music at times, and then extremely chaotic music, and then this is very like doodle 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 doodle.
Gotcha! Yes!
So now she has to convince Morris to kill her.
Don't come any closer.
Wait, they're here to help.
Stay where you are.
Ripley, you know who I am?
You're a droid.
No.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, he's not an android. He's like...
I designed it.
Yeah.
I just want to take it back.
We want to kill it and take you home.
Bullshit.
We want to help.
What does that mean?
So why'd you bring a cage?
You don't want to take it back?
Let us deal with the malignancy. We've got a surgical base set up on the rescue ship.
What guarantee do I have?
You have to trust me.
Well, I don't think she can. I noticed they were slowly backing up. Dear.
I'm not a droid!
Got him good, though.
Think that's all we can learn from it.
I'd rather not. There's probably more.
No pictures!
Forgot what year this was made. Such a big camera. There could be more out in space somewhere. If you want one so bad, just go find one.
Ash, Captain Dallas are dead. Cargo and ship destroyed.
Why is this playing?
This is Ripley. Last survivor of the Nostromo. Signing off.
I can't believe there was a survivor and it was Morse of all people. All right, Alien 3. Thank you so much for watching my reaction. I really appreciate it. Vincent, thank you so much for the request. I have thoughts. Where do I want to start? When I watched Aliens, I did remember in the comments a lot of people telling me not to continue with the series. Like, I watched the best two, just don't even bother with the rest. You know, the typical... I feel like that happens with a lot of series, right? But there were a lot of people that were just like, no, like, I think you should watch Alien 3. Like, it is still an enjoyable film. Like, make your own opinion, you know? Give it a watch. I'm always curious with movies like that where I know that the audience is split on their opinion of it. So Alien 3, I think I can understand why people don't like this movie. That opening was, yeah, really, really crappy to have Newt and Hicks both not made, and Bishop for that matter. Really, we could include him in that because, yes, she was able to salvage him enough to be able to read the flight recorder. Was that what it was? Yeah, something like that. So at least he was able to help Ripley when she needed it, but ultimately, like, we didn't have him either, right? So we find Ripley in a really terrible place. We're not in space anymore. We're on a planet that holds a prison. At least, well, I guess you could take this in both a positive and a negative way, because when they said they originally had like 5,000 people there, now there's only 25 men. It's like, it would be better for Ripley to have the 25 versus the 5,000. Better for the xenomorph to have 5,000 over 25. So it's both a positive and a negative. But yeah, that opening to have two very main characters killed off screen. It's crazy because as the opening was going, as we were going through the credits, it didn't even occur to me that Michael Biehn's name wasn't appearing at all. I'm sure for people watching this for the first time that were expecting his name, that was probably a bit of a surprise. So then it would make sense that they would have that happen immediately. The movie doesn't exactly start off with the best kind of situation. However, for me, I became extremely invested with, well, the moment that Charles Dance's name showed up in the credits, I was excited. But then when we met him and immediately kind of got to see the kind of person that he was and how he was caring for Ripley because he was the medical, the only medical person in this place, like, then I became invested. Then I became invested because immediately my brain is going like, okay, this is going to be like the one man that Ripley can trust and somewhat befriend and just like someone we can count on, right? And I know that in the past movies, like Ripley's always been able to hold her own. I mean, more so, I mean, in the second, yes, but she wasn't alone in the second. In the first one, she was eventually alone. For me, it's nice to see her, like, it's nice, especially with the way that they made this place out to be, right? It's a male-only prison. There's only 25 of us, and it just, yeah, it's filled with criminal. Like, I was really worried for her. I was super, super worried for her. So in a situation like that, I want someone to be on her side and looking out for her to make sure that she doesn't, like, while we're dealing with the obvious alien that is going to be in this place, I don't want her to also have to fight these guys that are just, you know, trying to be dumbasses, essentially. So yeah, Charles Dance's character, Clemens, I really liked him right away. There was that bit of a moment where I thought, oh, can we really not trust, can we actually not trust him? But I'm glad that in the end we could. His death, like, granted, it was a big surprise. I absolutely did not see that coming, but I have to say that, like, after that happened, my interest in the movie went down, and then it never recovered. Yeah, the last half of this movie, it was actually just over, or was it just over half? It was about halfway through, or maybe there was just over an hour left or something. But yeah, when he died, I was not a fan of that at all. Like, applaud on the shock moment, sure. Subverting my expectations, whatever you want to call it. Yep. Good job. But no, I didn't enjoy that at all. Yeah. And the reason is because literally no other character besides Ripley, like literally Ripley and Clemens were the only people I cared about. Maybe Dylan just a little bit, but to me, Dylan was just not as, I don't know, charismatic or kind of charming, I guess, or it feels weird to say that about characters that are like all criminals, but do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't invested in any other character in this place. So to have over an hour of runtime where it's Ripley with a bunch of fuckheads, like, yeah. Unfortunately, my interest just wasn't quite there, but I was able to at least, because then we find out that she's got one in her. She's got a queen in her, which, yeah, big question mark about like how exactly that happened. Yeah, I guess the alien just anyway, so then for me there's an interest in how things are gonna go. Like, I figured Ripley was going to die. It seems like the alien is also gone for good, but knowing that there's more movies still, I feel like it almost would have been more, I don't know, sorry, I'm just trying to think like how the ending could have been a bit more exciting, I guess. Or, I mean, I guess, would they have known when making this movie if there would ever be any more? Maybe not. So I guess they maybe wanted to put a firm into it. I don't know. There's a part of me that kind of, because every movie so far has had that, like, wait, did Alien, the first one, end that way? Where we were, no. Sorry, what I'm trying to explain, I'm like all over the place in my brain right now just thinking about this movie. But like, if the alien, if there had still been like something left, you know, whether it was the one that was inside her breaking free somehow out of the chest or otherwise, or if the main one that they were trying to destroy didn't actually end up getting destroyed. I'm not sure. Oh, I just wasn't super pleased with the ending of this one, I guess. I don't know. Like, maybe it was just the whole ending overall that really, because one thing I have to, so it's a compliment while also being a criticism. So let me say the compliment part first. The actual prison environment, the production design, the set design for this prison, I really liked the atmosphere of it. I really liked just how this place felt and looked on screen. It really looked like a real place. Like, they did a really great job with like all the everything that everyone was wearing and all the grime and dirt and shit on them and all of the shaved heads because of all those bug things. And yeah, just the actual environment looked really good. Like their assembly hall, mess hall place, the infirmary, all of these like corridors and stuff. So that's the compliment part of it. The criticism part I have of it is that I was so confused about where everything was in relation to one another during this movie, which I didn't really experience in the first two movies, especially the first one. I feel like with the first movie, I really got an idea of the ship and its general layout as I was watching it. But this movie did leave me a little bit confused about, yeah, just like where everything was. Now, granted, they did have a map out at some point, but we didn't really focus on it. Like, the camera didn't focus on it, so it wasn't super easy to read. And yes, I am aware they did mention at one point like 600 miles of what corridors, tunnels. So I get that it's a big place. And then levels down, I think at one point they were maybe like 10. Did they say 10 levels down? I can't remember now. But anyway, I know it's a large place, but still, there is a part of me, like, with the way that it seemed like people could get from one place to another, like, relatively quickly, I kind of just craved a little bit more directional help, I guess, as I was watching, especially the last part of this movie. Like, I understand that this piston thing was kind of like in a place, and then all the corridors are kind of like going around it or next to it or beside it or something like that, but it was still a little bit confusing to me, just trying to figure out where everybody was and where they were trying to get. And yeah, so apologies on that one. But even where that toxic waste thing was, I assume that was probably farther down from like the mess hall main area. I don't know. I'm basically thinking of this place as like a giant tower, but all underground, except for I guess like the main area, like infirmary, mess hall, the assembly hall, like that is kind of near the top, and then everything else is like down. That's kind of how I am imagining it in my mind. I think I'm gonna go online and like look up if anyone has ever attempted. I'm sure that people have. This is an older movie at this point, so just wanted to mention that. Ripley herself, obviously Sigourney Weaver was fantastic as always, and Ripley, the character, is still great. And maybe this really is just Ripley, but I did kind of feel like she didn't have as strong of a reaction to finding out about Newton Hicks as I quite expected, but understandably, she did kind of immediately take that grief into concern, right? Wanting to make sure that there was no alien that came with. Really sucks that Newt had to be autopsied on, but to be honest, like, I kind of get where Ripley was coming from with that, though. Like, yeah, like, we should confirm that things are good. So does that mean that but then that means it was in her the whole time. The queen inside of her was in her the whole time. Do we know what Clemens gave her? What he injected into her? He wasn't able to do it the first time. She stopped him and he didn't do it. But then the second time, all he was saying was special mix, special cocktail mix, or whatever, like whatever the fuck that means. That's what I thought was bothering her. That's what I thought was making her feel, and I was really nervous about that, but nope, it was just another Alien too. Crazy. Comparing this one to Alien and Aliens, I am definitely going to be one of those people that says that out of the three, this one is at the bottom for me. I am sorry. I definitely enjoy the first two movies a lot more. That said, though, if Charles Dance had been in this the whole time, if this movie had made him, Clemens and Ripley, the last two people, so they had built up a relationship, a rapport with each other the whole movie, and then in the end, Ripley's like begging him to kill her because of this queen inside of her, and he like is struggling with that. He doesn't want to because he hasn't seen a woman in so many years, and she's been here, and they've been fighting this alien together, and they've watched all these other men die at the hands of it, right? And so then we've got this like conflict between the two of them at the end of the movie. Like, that would have been like, then I might sit here and be like, man, guys, I don't know where I'd place this movie. But since that didn't happen, yeah, I can confidently say that this is number 3 of 3 right now. I just, man, like when I tell you, I truly did not think that Charles Dance would die so early. It's such a bummer. That like, that really bummed me out because I really like him. He's a great actor. I mean, the biggest thing I know him from is Game of Thrones, of course, which I am rewatching right now. And this is the first time I've seen him a bit younger, of course. I really liked his presence. I really liked his acting. His character was intriguing, especially that we got to know more about him. The fact that he ended up in prison for... It didn't seem intentional to me at all. Like the way he described it did not feel intentional. He had worked 36 hours. He immediately went and drank. And while he was drunk and extremely sleep deprived, they called him in to help 30 people that were injured. And then he accidentally killed, I'm going to say accidentally because it, like the way he described it, it did not feel intentional at all. So he accidentally killed 11 of them by giving them too much medication. And then he ends up in this prison over it and then stays because he's very knowledgeable medically. And it's interesting because at the beginning of the movie, I almost got the sense that he didn't want to be there, that he just like, he just got this job and now he's here. But no, he was a prisoner and then he just stayed. Admirable, I suppose. But yeah, I really wish we would have had him for the whole movie. Even if he had died or had been the sole survivor, although I don't know what they would do with him. Like, so say they would have witnessed him kill Ripley. I wonder what they would have done with him. They probably would have been extremely pissed. I'm sure they were extremely pissed. Yeah, I did feel Ripley's death was a little underwhelming, the way that it happened. She really wanted someone to, like, she wanted Dylan to kill her. She didn't want to kill herself. And then she ended up having to kill herself in the end. So what do I think about Bishop and those others that came through? Bishop, the moment he showed up, I was like, I did not think he was an android at all. He would be the kind of person that would build an android that has his name and looks exactly like him, though. Yeah, he just feels like that typical selfish, narcissistic kind of guy. Kind of wish we would have had him a little bit longer in the movie too, because Lance is great. I think he's a good actor. So I'm glad that we had him earlier, at least through Android Bishop. But yeah, I don't know. They just kind of seemed like, I mean, first of all, they weren't dressed at all how I was expecting. And I'm pretty sure they were bringing in a cage. When we saw them walking before they actually got into the building, there was like 2 men that were holding this like cage thing. It was collapsed, of course, but was that for Ripley? Were they going to put Ripley in that? I don't think it was big enough to hold the actual xenomorph, so. And plus, how the fuck would they even try to capture that? Anyway, asking all the questions that don't really matter. I have absolutely no theories on how this franchise continues. I have to imagine that humans end up finding another one somewhere. Like maybe they do go out and try and find one. It's a big old question mark for me right now. So yeah, I'm not sure. And I'm not sure when I'll watch the next one. I know there's Predator movies in this as well. Like Alien, Predator, I think were originally separate franchises and then they ended up coming together, or maybe it's always been in the same universe. I don't know. Yeah, not sure when I'll get around to the rest, but that's it today for Alien 3. Something I am really excited to do though is go look up the differences between the theatrical cut and the assembly cut. I definitely want to know what was added to this movie, because I guess I haven't talked about that, like how I feel about this runtime, knowing that this was 30 minutes longer than the theatrical. That's why I'm so intrigued to know like what was extra. If there were Charles dance scenes that were added to the assembly cut, then I'm very glad that I watched the assembly cut. I'll just say that right now, because if I had watched the theatrical and had these similar complaints of like, oh my gosh, they took Charles dance way too early, and after that I did not enjoy the movie nearly as much, and then people were like, girl, you gotta watch the assembly cut because then you get more Charles dance, then I would have been like, why didn't I just watch that originally? So I'm glad I watched the assembly cut first. I don't know that I'll ever watch the theatrical, to be honest. We'll see. I'm excited to see the differences and see what was added and such. I have to imagine that probably a lot of like the prisoner conversations were added, because there were a lot of those that definitely felt on the long side. Not that it necessarily bothered me or anything. It was more so just the fact that I didn't give a fuck about any of them really. Like none of them were super interesting to me. I didn't care for 85. I didn't really care for Morse. I guess David maybe a little bit, but we didn't really get to know him. Dylan had a great voice. His funeral speech I really liked a lot when they were cremating Hicks and Newt. I really liked what he said, especially flashing to the alien coming out of the ox thing. It was very fitting, so I definitely did enjoy that scene. But yeah, we didn't really get to know enough about Dylan to make me really hooked into him as a character. It was really just Clemens, guys. That was it. Clemens and Ripley forever, okay? Yes. All right, with that, I'm not sure that I have anything else left to say. I'm happy I watched this. It was good to see Sigourney as Ripley again. Love the character, even though I didn't love this movie. I enjoyed it. Still loved seeing Ripley be a badass as always, so that was good. With that, I'm going to go to Letterboxd now to see what some other people have to say about Alien 3. Oh, this was David Fincher's first movie. Oh. 1.5 stars. I don't care about any single character in this movie. Not one. Not even Ripley. They really do an excellent job in that regard, making me not give a damn about any single person. I'm rooting for the alien. That should never be the case in an alien movie. Having the movie set in a space prison full of terrible people. Why the fuck would I care about any of them? Fuck it. Let the alien loose. Let it have some fun. Anyway, and then they go on and on to say a bunch of other things, but I'm just going to pull out that part of it. 3 stars. I understand why Fincher hates this movie, but it really isn't that bad. I should look up an interview with him. So he openly hates this then, hey? Just because it's his first? Or because of the audience reception to it? 5 stars. I've always loved this movie. The first hour is incredible, but I dig the whole thing. There was a time in the 90s in my youth where I thought Charles S. Dutton was the best actor. It was a valid opinion. Hating Alien 3 is boring. I love the wide variety of opinions. I have also seen a few reviews mention that this movie is kind of an analogy for abortion, which, yeah. And taking that analogy into context here, like or factoring it into my opinion of the film, the ending of the movie, which I've already talked about kind of being underwhelming for me because of Ripley wanting someone to kill her to get it out of her, and then she ends up having to do it herself. That alone, yep, can definitely be an analogy for abortion. If you deny the care, person will just go do it in whatever way they can, and that can, yes, definitely mean ending their life to do it, and it sucks. It is now that time of the video where I turn it to you and I ask you to leave your thoughts down below about Alien 3. Let me know if you enjoy this movie a lot, or if you're someone that is just like, nope, Alien 3 is not quite for me. Thank you very much. All opinions are valid here, okay? All opinions are valid. All opinions are welcome. Yeah, let's talk about it. Is there anyone out there that loved Charles Dance as much as I did? Please let me know that I'm not alone. Thank you. All right. With that, folks on Patreon, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. If any of you watching here want to come join us over there, my links are always in the pinned comment and the description. Alien 3 is part of my overall Alien collection, which I'm thinking I might also wrap up the Predator movies in the same collection whenever I get to that point. So yeah, I'll have that linked down below as well. Vincent, thank you so much again for requesting this on Reactor. I really appreciate it. If you also ever want to request a movie reaction through Reactor, again, links, description, pinned comment, feel free to do that. Obviously not required at all. Completely optional thing for people that want to and can do so. But yeah, the support there definitely helps a lot. And I've watched so many awesome movies that way as well. Such a huge variety of movies, which has been really great. So with that, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'll have that link up on the screen if you want to watch something else of mine. Feel free to check some stuff out. We will see you in the next reaction, whichever one you tune into next. Until then, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Have a good one. Take care, everybody.